Hey guys, today I'm going to be showcasing a 7-star Hulkbuster in Battlegrounds. It's kind of similar to how I did my last Weapon X one. Just showing his potential in ideal, unideal matchups. Just basically showing what this guy's capable of in this meta in particular. Now, the current one that we've got going on, the one that benefits tech attackers, is a lot better for him than other champs, mainly because he keeps gaining armor ups, he keeps armor breaking. Like, as you can see right now, I've got 4, that's an 80% attack increase, which is good, is very beneficial, and that was a beautiful Havoc fight. It's very beneficial, but it doesn't mean that he's only going to be good for this meta. In future metas, he will still be a very strong champ, which I'm looking forward to showing at some point. Anyway, onto unideal matchups already. It's rank 1 Sasquatch. I did this for fun because I didn't know how it'd go. I knew he was armor break immune, so I'm losing a lot of damage there, both from the node and from the actual his actual kit itself, because the armor break is very potent. Stand your ground. You'll see that a lot this game or this video. I get screwed royally by stand your ground at least 3 or 4 times. It's not fun at all. But getting into a little bit of a rotation here. He's in Wrath, so he's going to be aggressive. He shouldn't block. And now onto a little tip that I learned playing Spider-Gwen. And it transfers to Hulkbuster's kit really well. So when you do your special 2 rotation and you have them power locked against the wall and you just heavy spam, you can this all depends on the opponent's recovery. There's some champs that are like Guillotine 2099 who recover very fast from against the wall or from being knocked down. But when you heavy attack them and they land on their back, you can just keep spamming heavies. But if they land on their front, then you've got to kind of delay or the heavy's going to whiff, and you'll probably see me do that, or forget about that in this video. But that Sasquatch fight that I did about 30 seconds ago was decent. It was not an ideal matchup. I wouldn't want to actually do that. I'm just having a little bit of fun. This fight really surprised me. I'm surprised that heavy actually reached, but just heavy spamming this Kindred. I think go for the striker here. And I don't know how I got put that far back. I disconnected here. That was the result. But yeah, I don't know how I got put that far back and how that whiffed. But if that didn't whiff, that would have been pretty much a perfect fight. Regardless, I was quite impressed. Now, this rank 4 Domino, this is before a later match that I come to talk about, because something happened. I was towards the end of making the showcase, then something happened, and it annoyed me to start with, and then I realised that it would probably be a lot better to show that as well, if this is an actual showcase, so I'm glad it happened. Yeah, Special 2 is very risky to do this because of the crit fail. It's not a 100% chance it will happen, because even though in this meta tech attackers can't have their ability accuracy reduced, that is a node that Domino can crit fail, so it can just be a normal fight, which is absurd. Also, I do not recommend doing this at home either. Do not do this at home. This is a bad matchup. If you get, the offensive ability accuracy reduction there failed the prompt, which was weird. But one thing I will say, if he has anti-life field when you're throwing your unblockable, it will not be unblockable when the hit connects. I tried it once. I got hit there. Yeah, if that unblockable expires 90% faster, there's no way that actually connects. So Don't do it. Like, I have to wait this here. I'm not even going to wait to throw it into block. I'm just going to combo it, and because I knew he was going straight down. But that was decent for a Mojo. Now, this rank 5 Killmonger, there's going to be 3 of these fights in this video. First one is just me getting screwed by Stand Your Ground, because Stand Your Ground is such a fun mastery, and I absolutely hate it with a passion. The second one's going to be how it goes without Stand Your Ground, and the third one, I'll get to that later. So yeah, go for the relic here. Another combo. His back's against the wall now, so I can go for my heavy spam, and what do you know? Resist. And I lose about 35% of my health. Lovely. Go for it again, hoping that this time it'll be a bit different. He dashes in, which is better. You can see there, he landed on his front, so I had to delay a little bit until he got up. Stand Your Ground nearly screwed me again there. But yeah, if you wait a split second before throwing the next heavy, it won't whiff. So this is how the fight should have gone if Stand Your Ground doesn't come into effect, which I will agree is very unrealistic, but it could always happen. Also, for the most part, you don't even need to do the heavy spam rotation. I just enjoy doing it. Like, there's some matchups where you can literally just parry heavy a couple of times and then just combo in, and like that'll finish the fight. Like you saw against that Mojo, I didn't really heavy spam there. Especially because we did this matchup in the Gladiator circuit meta, so there's rise to power every time you block a hit. Or after you knock them down, if you block a hit in 4 seconds, they gain power. Heavy spamming is not the routine to go. Not the routine to do, even. I got really lucky there. But yeah, that was a rank 5 Killmonger, 100%-ish, or 98.9% in 53 seconds. Wouldn't say that's too bad. Alright, there's 2 Emma fights in this video as well. Again, I'll get onto it a little bit later. But this was it kind of got to the point now where I thought, okay, what matchups would showcase the armor breaks utility best? Killmonger was the first one that came to mind. Emma was the second, because armor break just completely removes her diamond form. So it means she's not shock immune, she's not stun immune, and you can actually deal damage. So go for it here. I don't know how she didn't block that, but I'll not complain. Bait special 2. I wouldn't have had to do that if the armor break had the unblockable had broken a block like it should have, but still a decent time. Now, this also shows that you can do fights that are shock immune with Hulkbuster. This is a rank 5 Scorpion. I showed with the Sasquatch that it's not the best strategy to go with armor break immune matchups, but it still works. This is the other end of that. It's showing that you can do shock immune matchups, and it'll still work pretty much just as well. So go for the power drain here, and now I'm literally just gonna play like he's power locked. Got lucky there, he didn't really follow me into the intercept, and because he's not throwing any specials, I mean until that point, because for the past 2 rounds of that Scorpion Sense timer going down, I've managed to land 20 hits. It's been a clean fight, and it's been good. He's not evaded. He's not had chance to evade because I've landed enough hits. With the power control, I haven't had to worry about baiting specials. Okay, so I've got 2 matchups against an Overseer here. One, again, Stand Your Ground, is my worst enemy with Hulkbuster. And the second one is against a rank 1. This one that I'm fighting at the moment is rank 2. The second one's a rank 1. Only reason for that is that Odysseus, who I was dueling at this point, had to shoot off, which isn't a problem. I appreciate everybody who's helped me with all of these. Every single fight we've done, or in this showcase anyway, I'm pretty sure it's all been friendlies, so I appreciate everyone who's taken the time out to help me get this gameplay. And all the rest of the gameplay for the other showcases I've got coming out. But yeah, first time I got screwed by Stand Your Ground. This time, not so much. That time, that right there, almost got me again. But the striker saved me. 56 seconds for a rank 2 overseer is nothing to shake a stick at all. He's got around 300,000 health, I think. It's pretty good. And yeah, this is the rank 1 where Stand Your Ground just isn't an issue because he never ends up holding block, I don't think. For this matchup as well, I like to try and keep his back against the wall as much as possible, and for that, whenever he throws a special one, I try and throw as many light hits just so he doesn't dash as far forwards. Did not mean to put my striker into block there. Yeah, just trying to push him back as far against the wall as I can before he before I throw my special 2. Go for the stun chain, and I didn't even need the second special one. That was 48 seconds with a little bit of a slow start, which was pretty good still. Now, this is a rank 1 bishop. This fight would have been pretty much the exact same if it was a rank 2. Like, there's not much different that happens here. And this is another matchup that shows that you don't really need the shocks. I didn't go for the shocks here because Bishop punishes them even against tech champs. I'm just going to push him straight to special 3, power burn it all, and just play like I did against Scorpion, really. Hit him quite hard at the moment. I've only got 2 Furies, and I'm still hitting pretty decently hard. Like 11k mediums, that's nothing to shake a stick at. And then go for the special 1 through block to finish it off. Rank 2 Bishop, if I'd have carried that on, like just finish that combo, striker, special 1, he would have been more than dead. And yeah, this is, I mean, so far, doing all this gameplay, Hulkbuster really impressed me. I knew he'd be very good for this, or for Battlegrounds, but this is, I mean, it's kind of what I was hoping for. I can't say I was expecting less or more, because I wasn't, but yeah, it was pretty good. Now, this spot, again, I did the trick there. Stand Your Ground screws me again, but waited a split second before throwing when he landed on his stomach, as opposed to landing on his back, which I don't think too many people know about. So I'm glad I can get this little trick out there for people who are struggling with that and don't think it's reliable. Anyway, next up we've got this Guillotine 29-9. This is just more a showcase of a good matchup because you want to knock Guillotine 29-9 down. That's mainly part of Hulkbuster's kit. And you also want to power lock an armor breaker, just so she's not draining your power, she's not heel reversing you. Turn off the invisibility cloak there. Go for it. And I will be honest, this is a dangerous game for me, but I do just go for the heavy spam here, and then special 1. Bosh. Done. In 35 seconds. Not bad. Now, this is, I think there's 2 guillotine fights as well in this video. This is the first of 2 Mysterio fights. These are both 7 stars, by the way, so this isn't all punching down. This is either level and realistic, or it's higher up power levels, like a rank 5-6 star or something. So just go for the power burn here. Drain all 3 bars of power. You can just play as aggressive as you want if you can nail that every single time. Go for the stun chain. And bosh, that was Mysterio in 37 seconds. Not bad. As I said about a couple of others, I really do not recommend doing this fight. It's not a good fight. It's really not a good fight. But I wanted to do it anyway. So, the strategy here is pretty much just the exact same, but you can't do the special one stun chain at the very end. Probably a bit of a mistake using my striker there. But you can't do the special one stun chain because, or unless, I mean heavy whiff there, unless that timer's on cooldown, because he could just evade out of it, which is not something I want. Get hit by a special one, as you do, because for some reason Quicksilver's special one's the most difficult one to evade in the game. I'm going to try and keep that whiplash on me for as long as I can, just so that I can get a little bit extra willpower healing, heal up those hits back a bit. And yeah, nothing too major, and that was 67 seconds for a rank 5 Quicksilver, which is an annoying fight. Right, this Void. Again, do not try this at home. Please do not try this at home. But yeah, managing the hits here is something that I just didn't. I did this first time, purified that one, and then the rest I just went all in for some reason and just didn't bother watching the combo or anything. Whiffed a light attack there. That's another thing as well. Hulkbuster's light reach is... He's got like T-Rex arms, which is weird. His heavy attack has a fairly decent reach, but everything else, or his light reach, is abysmal. Stand your ground there again. A lot of happens a few more times in this video, and that's only really going to be an issue if you go for special 2 rotations. So, I think we're getting to the point now where I go for a different rotation. So, I was watching Doolie Ray's stream, and I'll link his channel. He's got a lot more subs than me, but I'll link his channel because it did really help me. He basically took a Juggernaut with just special ones, and it was like 30 seconds. And that just made me think, have I been playing this fight wrong, or I've just been playing this guy wrong in most matchups? And then I looked at it and I thought, I looked at every fight I'd done and thought, would this rotation work for this fight? For Havoc, no, not really. For Sasquatch, probably not, because you need the power control. For any of the Mystics like Kindred Mojo that I've done, no. For Quicksilver, not really. For Void, maybe. I didn't try it. But for champs like Mysterio, Emma, Guillotine 2099, iDoom here, I didn't get an original fight with iDoom. Champs like Killmonger, all of those would work with the special 1 rotation. So I went back and did them and showed the difference between them, which I think that's good for this specifically, because it shows that there's not one set rotation, there's not one set way to play him, which is, it adds a level of versatility, which is nice, because like now it's at the stage where you don't have to worry about stand your ground with this rotation. And if you don't need the power lock utility or the power drain, or you don't need to keep the armor ups for whatever reason, this is probably the better rotation to go for. I know that Karate Mike put out a video as well on Hulkbuster, with a couple of other interesting matchups that I don't have here. I think he took a Korg. I'd definitely go check that out if you haven't already. He does a better job than me at explaining all of this. But yeah, I think mainly he uses special 2 rotation, but in those matchups you need that rotation. So yeah, I looked at it practically and thought sometimes it's not the best one to go for, and sometimes it is. When it is, you can do that. If not, keep it. It's like for that Overseer as well, he becomes stun immune, so it's hard to... There's a load of factors that go into it, and you kind of look at... You've got to look at a matchup and think, okay, before I select this guy, do I need the power lock? Or do I need the shock? Or do I need the arm break or something? If it's more of a basic matchup, kind of like this Killmonger in a way, where you don't need any power control and you can just stun lock the whole fight, and you won't get punished for the shocks, and you won't get punished by Limber or the stuns or anything, or like Quicksilver, you won't get punished by him evading out of a stun, or they don't get punished by unblockable specials or something, then this rotation's definitely the faster one and the more safe one, because they're stunned for the most part. Whenever you're heavy attacking, they're stunned, so stand your ground isn't gonna screw you over like it has for me about 10 times now in this video. Now, in this fight, this shows Domino being Domino and evading my special one. I hate Domino. Yeah, just go for it again. Go for the relic. I'd just go for the combo. I didn't even get a single shock there, and that was still 41 seconds with a missed special 1. Now, this Toad, I'm going to go back to the special 2 rotation for this fight, because Hulkbuster's armor ups reduce the ability accuracy. I think it's... Someone please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments for this, but I think it's ability accuracy and only ability accuracy by 25% for poison and bleed per armor up. I'm not sure if it's ability accuracy and potency. So I do want as many armors as I can in this fight. Actually, it might be potency, I'm not sure, because that other poison didn't do as much damage. But yeah, mainly going for the special 2 rotation just until it's the very end of the fight, and then, yeah, rank 5 Toad down in 44 seconds. Not too bad, especially to say that he has no way of countering the regen and he just has to power through it. So I'd say that's pretty good. Now this Sauron, I was expecting this to be a little bit more difficult, but this was probably as well as this fight can go. So I'm going to go for special 1 rotation, because there's no need for power control. There's no need for... there's no need for power control, and there's nothing to punish me for doing this. So, yeah, I didn't show the score. That was about 30 seconds, 32 seconds. And the last fight is this Weapon X. It's me screwing up and forgetting that there's Unblockable, and him kind of powering through regen a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be the last fight, and that's going to finish off this showcase. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, this did take a little bit of time to make, so if you do mind sharing it around, please. Because I know a lot of people will have pulled the 7-star Hulkbuster from their Incursions Crystal. If they want to see what he's capable of, I hope this has showed at least a little bit of something, and helped at least some people learn how to use him. But yeah, that'll do it from me. I appreciate you all for watching, and I appreciate everyone again for taking the time to friendly me and get these fights. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.